Today in this video I'm going to talk about Riders to the Sea. Riders to the Sea is an English play which is written by M Synge. The full name of M Synge is John Millington Synge. M Synge was an Irish writer and playwright who has written more than 7 or 8 plays probably. So out of them some important works are The Shadow of the Glen, The Tinker's Wedding, The Well of the Saints, and Riders to the Sea, and The Playboy of the Western World. So among these, The Playboy of the Western World and Riders to the Sea are the most valuable and important works. The Playboy of the Western World is actually a very controversial drama. When it was staged, some people broke out in riots because of the some scenes in the play. However, for Riders to the Sea, the literary influence that he has drawn from W.B. Yeats is the play of W.B. Yeats, Kathleen Nihaulihan. This was an important source for the play Riders to the Sea. Again, his own experience in the Aran Islands is very relevant to the play. So he has also written a 4-part journal entry called the Aran Islands when he was staying there in the western part of Ireland. So Riders to the Sea depicts the condition, the circumstances of the people living in the Aran Islands, how they are obliged, they are forced to go to the sea in spite of the bad weather, in spite of the storm and the rising of the wind in the sea, because it is their livelihood. Without this they cannot survive in the island, so they have to go to the sea for their survival, for their livelihood, for their sustenance. This is how the play is constructed. Now, what is very important in the play is that it is a tragedy. First of all, it is very short, though its appeal is very long, a lengthy appeal it has, and it is relevant to everyone, every part of the world, every islander. So that is why it is it is a critical play, and it is widely acknowledged and widely read. The main themes of the play are that it is a symbolical play, it is a poetic play, it is a classical tragedy, and it is a one-act play. So in a one-act play, Synge has described, he has demonstrated what a woman or any woman of an island can undergo, what experiences she has to bear in her life. This has been particularly depicted through the character of Moria. So Moria is the central character of the play Riders to the Sea. She has immense power to experience, to undergo, to bear, to sustain the deaths of her sons, of her husband, and every near and dear ones. So, as Cathleen says, that it is a life of a man or a young man to go to the sea, and no one can hold him back from doing that, because it is the source of their livelihood. Without going to sea, they cannot survive in an island. Synge's play is enriched with symbolism. It is also important to notice that Synge was very well acquainted with Arthur Symons. Arthur Symons, who has written the symbolist movement in literature. So that is why he was very much influenced and inspired to incorporate symbolism in his works. So, Riders to the Sea is a famous example where symbols are scattered in the play. So, first of all, the cottage kitchen, where the main scene of the play occurs or takes place, there are lots of symbols in the cottage kitchen. There is the spinning wheel, there is cake, there is pot oven, and there are whiteboards for making coffins. It is very strange that Maurya beforehand knows that her sons will die one day, and that is why she has brought new whiteboards to make coffins out of them. There are nails and many other things in the kitchen which at the same time symbolize life and death. So, in the opening lines, at first, Nora, the younger daughter of Maurya, comes home with a bundle in her hand, which consists of the stockings and shirts of Michael. So, who is Michael? Michael is Maurya's son, who is drowned when he went to the sea, but his body is not yet washed up on the seashore. But it is supposed that the bundle of the shirts are of Michael's, because some men who went to sea, they found it in the far north of Donegal. That is why the young priest, he gave Nora the bundle in order to identify whether the stocking and the shirts are of Michael's or not. So before they start inspecting whether they are Michael's or not, Maurya comes out from bed where she was lying and sits beside the oven. And at the time, Bartley also comes in, who is planning to go to the Galway fair, but the condition of the weather or the condition of the sea is very bad, and Bartley knows that. That is why he looks very sad. His face is grimace. Still, he wants to go. He insists on going because they need livelihood, and that is why he had to go to the fair to sell the grey pony. So he thinks that he will get a good price for the grey pony in the Galway fair. That is why he is intent on going. Maurya knows that the condition of the sea is not very well, and in case if Bartley goes to the fair, he may die on the way, and that is why she tries to hold him back from going to the sea. But Nora says that the young priest would not stop him from going to the fair. Then Maurya says that young priest does not know very well about the condition of the sea. What and how much Maurya herself knows, because she is an experienced woman. She has lost her 5 sons, and the only one son, that is Bartley, the youngest son, he is now alive, and she has much experience and she knows very well what condition it is now of the sea. That is why Maurya keeps on suggesting Bartley not to go to the sea, but Bartley is intent on going. He asks for the new rope from Cathleen, and Cathleen says she has kept the new rope on the nail beside the whiteboards because the pig with the black feet was eating the rope, and this is also a omen, which is a bad signal that suggests death, and it is very well demonstrated that Bartley will die surely. Then Bartley sets out with the red mare and the grey pony. The red mare he will ride, and the grey pony will run behind him. Maria tried to hold him back, but she could not. That is why she laments that it's a very cruel and hard thing that a man did not pay heed to the words of a old woman like herself. Immediately after Bartley sets out for his journey, Maria cries out that they will not be able to see him again because he is gone now and he will be dead. He will die surely and they will not be able to see him again. At that time, Cathleen accused her for not giving her blessings on Bartley. And again, she also finds out that she has forgotten to give Bartley the cake which was baking on the pot oven. And she accused Moria for making a confusion. For that reason, she has forgotten to give Bartley the cake. So then both Nora and Kathleen suggests Moria to go and give the cake to Bartley, and accordingly they gave the cake with a cloth rolling in it and told Moria to go behind him to the spring well and give him the cake and her blessings. They also suggested this because in the meantime they will be able to identify the bundle of shirts and stocking and find out whether it's Michael's or not. So when Moria goes out to give Bartley the cake and her blessings, Nora and Kathleen started to inspect the bundle of clothes, and they found out that the stocking and the shirt both are of Michael's, and they started to cry because it is a sad thing for them that the body of their brother went to the far north of Donegal and no one was conscious or aware of the body. That is why they were very sad. And in the meantime, when they were crying, Kathleen came back from the spring well and the cloth of the cake was still in her hand. So Kathleen asked Moria why she has not given the cake to Bartley. Then Moria says that she has seen the fearfulest scene in the world since bride Dara had seen the dead man with the child in his arms. So this is an allusion which is taken from the local legend or a myth of the island. According to Synge, one of the islander of Aran Islands said him that there was a woman and she had a child, but suddenly the woman died, and after that another woman used to take care of the child. But one night when the another woman was giving the child milk in a cup, the dead woman who was buried some days ago, she came and she asked for the child, and then she took her own child in her lap and started to feed the child her own breast milk. So this is a scene which was witnessed by the woman, and James Synge alludes this legend in the scene, and he compares this fearfulest thing with the thing that Moria has seen. So when Kathleen and Nora asked Moria what is the fearfulest thing that she has seen? Moria says she has seen Michael. Michael, who was riding on the grey pony behind Bartley, who was riding on the red mare. And this omen also suggests that Bartley will definitely die, because it is believed when they see the ghost of a dead person is chasing behind some living person, he dies obviously. And that is why Moria started to cry, and she knew that Bartley will never return again. And then she started to recollect her memories about her other sons and her husband. She recollects how her sons, Patch, Stephen, Sean, and other sons died, while some while going to the sea, some in some other cases. So when Moria is recollecting all these past events, Nora and Kathleen heard some women crying outside. And eventually we come to know that first two women, then three women, and then four women, they come into the house, and behind them some men carried the dead body of Bartley. However, at first, Maurya and Kathleen and Nora, they thought that it is the dead body of Michael, but after asking the woman, she got to know that it is the dead body of Bartley. So they also said that the grey pony knocked him over into the sea, and this is how he died. Maurya does not mourn as much as she did when Michael died, because she says that now they are all gone and there is not anything more that the sea can do to her. That means the sea cannot take anything more from her. The sea cannot harm her anymore, and that is why she is now calm. Then she sprinkles the holy water on the dead body of Bartley and on the shorts and stocking of Michael. And at last she says that no man at all can be living forever and we must be satisfied. So she accepts whatever the sea has done to her. This is how the play ends, and it was the summing up of the play Riders to the Sea. So, overall, what we understand from this play is that the sea is the most powerful and vibrating presence which we can feel in the play, and it is indomitable. It is at the same time the destroyer and the preserver of the people of the island. That is why it is the main protagonist of the play. Therefore, the main topics or themes of the play are that it is a one act play, it is a symbolical play, it is a poetic play, it is a classical tragedy, and the sea is the main protagonist of the play, which controls the lives of the islanders. Now, it is a symbolical play because symbols are scattered through the text. I have already mentioned some of them. It is a poetic play because the economy of expression gives it that status, and it is a classical tragedy because the unity of time, action, and place are very well observed and well maintained in the text. So that's all for today. If you like the discussion on Riders to the Sea, please share with those who are in need of it, and see you in the next video.